From Lucasfilm, the company that has done more to destroy everything you love since your ex-wife got all your stuff in the divorce, comes the series that literally has no stakes because you know the main character has to live long enough just to die at the end of Rogue One. Andor. Meet Cassian Andor, the title character, a space immigrant who grew up on a Lord of the Flies mining planet, who now lives in a junkyard like Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, with a bootleg version of Wally who gets peed on by a space dog, pig thing, I'm not sure what this animal's supposed to be, and is now on the run after killing 2 guys. Watch as Cassian Andor is hunted by discount Kyle MacLachlan, who's the only American on this show, and for some reason he's been cast as the bad guy. Nice way to be subtle with your subtext there. Now, Cassian Andor must elude security forces by walking, strolling, sauntering, strutting, ambulating. Yeah, I'm running out of synonyms for walking here. Can we get to something interesting, please? Then, after 2.5 episodes, there's finally some action, with a generic shootout in a garage, where pulleys take out more bad guys than the actual weapons do. You know, this show is about a guy who crosses the border illegally, murders 2 people, and is now running from the Federales. Are you sure the Latino community wants to take ownership of this one? Diego Luna stars in the series that is ultimately completely pointless in Dead Man Walking. How is this Star Wars' prestige show? It's quite literally about nothing. At least Seinfeld was about a bunch of neurotic a-holes who were undateable in New York. That was at least something. This guy's just walking around for an hour and a half.
Unknown caller? Spooky. Hello? Velma Dinkley speaking.
Hello, Velma. You like solving yourself a mystery?
Yeah, but I'm actually much more three-dimensional than that. Who is this?
This here Black Shaggy. You made the one black guy a drug dealer and a stoner. You gonna die, bitch.
Jinkies. What happens when you combine a race-swapped Buffy the Vampire Slayer with low-rent lesbian Twilight fanfiction? You get a Netflix series that's canceled after 1 season. First Kill. Meet Juliet, a high school-age vampire who for some reason can still see herself in mirrors, walk around in daylight, and is still in high school, who falls in love with a slayer named Calliope.
You're Calliope? Well, Cal's good.
Sure, why not? They then share a forbidden romance, just like those 2. Well, maybe those 2. Watch them take on other vampires, werewolves that look like bad CGI from 1995, and make out in the unsexiest way possible. You know, all you're doing is combining The Hunger, Twilight, and Buffy, and it's been done better. I mean, sheesh, you people. If you can't make lesbian vampires work on Netflix, then seriously, something is wrong here. Starring, whoever these people are. I really don't care anymore. But the mom was on Lost and a bunch of stuff you'll probably recognize. Don't miss When Animals Attack on Netflix. Now all we do is sit back and wait for the Axel Braun version, which will be 10 times better, believe me. She's a single female lawyer in the city, who happens to be the cousin of one of the most powerful Avengers.
There's no competition for me because I'm the strongest, so it's just kind of like a different...
Oh, yeah, should let her think that, but...
No, not her. The other one. You know, the green guy. Now, after an accident, where they blatantly change her origin story to prevent her from being saved by a man, transforms her into the Jade Giantess, she'll remind you whose show this is in the first place.
Just remember whose show this actually is.
Yeah, like you were ever gonna let us forget it. She-Hulk. Meet Jennifer Walters, a high-powered LA lawyer who can't help questioning Captain America's sexual history.
Obviously, Captain America with a virgin. Did you see that ass? Like, that ass?
That is America's ass.
Did not deserve to die a virgin. It's like...
Gets sexually harassed outside a bar by a bunch of outdated male stereotypes.
Just being friendly.
Yeah, where you going? So what? You
Then wakes up in Mexico at Bruce Banner's tropical retreat, who then will take every opportunity to remind you how horrible it is to be a woman in the 21st century.
triggers are anger and fear.
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing.
When incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I can prove that's not the case.
More smiles.
Shh. When I'm catcalled in the street.
It's 2022. Where do you get catcalled? On your way from your office to Starbucks? Yeah, it must be hell going that whole 20 feet from the elevator to the counter. Then, after returning to her career as a high-powered deputy DA, she's attacked by the Jersey Shore and manages to defeat her in about 3 seconds. Well, that was anticlimactic. Tatiana Maslany stars in the show whose writers admit that they don't know how to write a courtroom scene in
Lawyer Show.
I Am Woman Hulk, Hear Me Roar. Literally. Maybe this would have been better if it wasn't written like a Twitter argument between two completely unlikable human beings.
Basically, I was right and Bruce was wrong.
Steve Rogers is not a virgin. Little punk. He lost his virginity to a girl in 1943 on the USO tour.
If this is the best the MCU now has to offer, then I hate to think what you have in store for Daredevil. Coming up on the CW, it's prom night, and love is in the air. Until it's time to throw down! Sam and Miguel share a tender moment. But look who's crashing the party! Watch as young couples share a romantic dance. And fight! And dance fight! Be sure to watch an extra special episode of Kung Fu High Prom Night!
Hey, everybody. I'm in the morning, WNBC. 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 I'm in the morning, WNBC. How you doing out there? How's Donkey Kong, everybody? WNBC. I'm in the morning.
So, how's everybody doing there? Boy.
How's everybody doing out there? WNBC. I'm in the morning.
So, how's your day going? Mine's fantastic. Well, no, it's... Why did my mic get turned on again? There we go. We turned my mic back up. So, anyway, before we begin, let's check in on our good buddy. Let's check in our good buddy, Naranja, with the cat cam. Everybody? So how's it going, Naranja? There he is. Naranja. Hey, buddy. How you doing? How you doing, bud? So he's CP's. He's had a rough day. Lounging, sleeping, dozing. He has to get his 19 hours in so that he maintains that healthy glow. All right, we'll check back on him in a little while. But he is being a good boy. So anyway, I can't change the title, but we got quite a show for everybody. Going a little early because got to take care of something a little later. Now, Rings of Power ended recently, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did, didn't it? And it sucked a big one. Rings of Power. Is there a word for how much it sucked? I don't think a word exists now, but it seems that everybody's catching on to how badly it sucks. Even old Stu Heritage here, who just like a lumberjack, but he doesn't live anywhere near a tree. Here's the thing, though: you can't deny. You can't deny how much it sucks now. You cannot deny how much it sucks. They cannot hide it anymore. I'll get to Dr. Jody in a minute here, but I'll just say a few things. Well, the jury's out on that. Senior Sticks, but hello, how are you? Senior Sticks is in chat. Taking minutes to chat. More Fury in chat. Greg Kirby. Andrew Helm, Shish Rebels is in the chat. Advent Wrath is in the chat. I've seen that name on Twitter. How you doing? Who else is in the chat? A lot of people. If you say hi, we don't bite. Everybody. Sanguine Lynx is in the chat. Advent Wrath, hypersonic electric coffee levels of ass. It's more than one word, but it fits the bill. That is correct. But here's the thing. Why did anybody expect any better out of this? I still don't understand. Why did anybody expect anything better? The two guys who did this are J.J. Abrams' disciples. Everything is filled with mystery box. Oh yeah, well, who's the mysterious stranger on the raft? Mystery box. Who's the mysterious stranger that falls out of the sky? It's homeless Superman. Nope, mystery box. Who's the what are the mystery box? Who are the guys that the Mr. Feminem over there? Mystery box. Everything is just all mystery boxes. Mystery box is not a way to tell a story. It's not. Because all you're doing is you're admitting you have no ideas. Oh yeah, well we'll figure that out later. No. Tim Allen's new celeb to say F you to Hollywood. Well, good for him. Galadriel will save us. Yeah, you turn Galadriel into a completely unlikable human being. By the way, I'm not sure if any of you know this, but Amazon is really eager to cash in on this Rings of Power thing. And they have a merchandising tie-in with this. So we have an exclusive here. We are not a sponsor. We are not taking any sponsorship money from Amazon or for anybody else. But here's some of the merch they're going to be offering. This is an exclusive. This is a Robot Shlomo exclusive. So let's take a look.
Now, for the first time, you can own your very own Rings of Power. From the Celeborn Smiths, we'll be sending you one per season. Molded to appear forged in the fires of Mount Doom. Made from the finest cubic zirconium, plastic, and metal that isn't measurably radioactive and won't turn your fingers green. Probably. Much. These can now be yours for 5 easy payments of $39.99.99 Elvish runes. Act now. Supplies are limited, because once the Dark Lord Sauron takes over, they'll all be gone, and you'll be his slaves. And just remember,
there is a tempest in me,
whose fault this actually is.
And it will not be quelled.
Yes. You can get your very own Rings of Power for $39.99.99 Elvish runes. Who wouldn't want their very own Ring of Power? I mean, Donnie Pearson's in the chat. Hey, Rob, Mecca, everything is well. Everything is well. Six again, trying to get me to watch Rings of Power. Oh yeah, that's the worst thing. They shipped Galadriel and Sauron, or whoever the hell that guy is. He's Sauron. He's Sauron. Sauron was hiding in plain sight amongst the elves as Anatar, according to what I've read. Not as Halbrand, not as some guy who just floating around on a raft. And that's the dumbest part of this. He's just floating around on a raft in the middle of the ocean. And he just so happens to pick up an elf who just so happens to be looking for him. and who just so happens to be leader of the Northern Armies or wherever the hell she is. And just so happens to be floating towards Newman, or just so happens to be picked up by a ship, and it just so happens to have a navy. It just so happens to be full of the boat assholes, and just so happens that they're going to go to Middle Earth, and it just so happens that the wizard falls from the sky, and it just so happens like there's a lot of really, really contrived sets of circumstances here. Everything is just so contrived. And everything is just so it comes across as phony. I would say the thing I loved about Lord of the Rings, the thing you love about Lord of the Rings, the thing you love about Marvel, you think you love you love about a lot of movies is if something doesn't sound made up. And you've taken what sounds like a legit universe in Lord of the Rings, and you've turned it into something that sounds made up. I mean, First Kill, the lesbian vampire show, all those, Calliope, whatever the hell the other names are, all of that sounds made up. But you go along with it because it's so dumb. This is supposed to be taking itself seriously. It's supposed to be taking itself seriously. But it comes across as dumb. It does. It comes across as so dumb. And that the fact that it comes across as dumb makes you like it doesn't what are the words am I looking for? It doesn't do itself any favors. Black Shaggy would have probably at least made it funny. At least would have made it funny to watch. Let's ask him. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Black Shaggy would have made this shit funny. Black Shaggy would have said, damn, with all the Lords of the Rings, man, Black Shaggy would sell we'll talk to Rollo, who was selling those rings on the street corner, okay? Over by 53rd Street. Okay, then until he got busted by the cops. It's Black Shaggy, that's right. Black Shaggy ain't got no time for no Dark Lord Sauron. Sauron, he would never lasted over riding the six train. Okay, he never would have lasted riding the 6 train or the R train or he never would have lasted. He would never made it down Flatbush Avenue. Okay, because Black Shaggy knows. Yeah, that's right. That's because Black Shaggy know dumb riding when he see dumb riding, and that's some dumb riding. Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Velma would be glad. Yeah, Velma would be glad. That bitch wouldn't last 5 minutes. That's right. Black Shaggy here. Unless you want something, I'm gonna be going over the side there. I'm gonna be going over that. Black Shaggy. That's right. Yeah, Black Shaggy. Always good to hear from Black Shaggy. Black Shaggy tells it as it is. He never lost the L. He never lost on the L in Philly. That's right. It's just, and the thing is, they screamed about diversity. To high heaven. What the hell happened to all the diverse characters by the end? Lenny Henry got killed. The Queen was blinded. The Black Elf guy, they completely wrote out of the show. What happened to all the diverse characters? You screwed them over. You screwed over all of the diverse characters. Yeah, like we didn't know we didn't know homeless Superman was really Gandalf. Yeah. Yeah. Who's saying it? Somebody? Some a-hole saying that homeless Superman is not Gandalf now. Oh, please. Not the actual Lenny Henry, not the actual Lenny Henry, but the character. But Lenny Henry's character. And let me tell you, the Hardfoot people, they are horrible. They are horrible. Guy twists his ankle, and the evidence: nobody goes off trail. Nobody walks alone. Nobody goes off trail. And his wives take their wheels and leave them. They're gonna leave them to the wolves. They're gonna abandon somebody because they twisted an ankle. And like you couldn't figure out a way to have them keep up with the rest of you. Take their wheels and leave them. Take their wheels and leave them. Nobody goes off trail. Take the wheels and leave them. Nobody goes off trail. Take the wheels and leave them. And you got Galadriel. I mean, Jesus.
Hey-ho, Silver, away!
She's looking way too happy about that. She's looking way too happy about that. It's just so poorly written. It's just everything is just so poorly written. Like I said, the freaking Harfeet people. Oh, for crying out loud! I don't know how much it needs to be sent, but yeah, send it to Troy. Yeah, it's just this is just stem to stern terrible. Now, okay, well, do I really want to keep talking about that? Well, anyway, this is my little thing about the Hardfoots.
Nobody goes off trail.
Take their wheels and leave them.
Nobody goes off trail.
Take their wheels and leave them.
Hey-ho, Silver, away!
Take their wheels and leave them. Yeah, good people. Yeah. You know, the point of showing the hobbits, the point that Tolkien was trying to make by having the prelude to Lord of the Rings, and Peter Jackson knew this by having the first few scenes take place in the Shire, few chapters take place in the Shire, and to have the whole birthday celebration, 111 years old, a long expected party, was to show you that there's this nice world. There's this nice world full of nice people that was worth saving. That was the whole point that you wanted. You wanted, because eventually Sauron was going to reach the Shire. That's right. That's right, Morbid. That's right. But the whole part, like I said, the whole point is, like I said, that there's this nice world out there, and even when Sam and Frodo are on the slope of Mount Doom, and there looks like all is lost. They destroyed the ring, but it doesn't look like there's any way for them to get back. It looks like they're gonna, the end is near for them. Even Sam was saying, "Oh, Rosie Cotton, she had a ribbon in her hair. I was gonna ask her to dance. I was gonna ask her to marry. It's gonna, there was this whole, again, it was, oh, they just wanted to go home to the nice existence, and everybody was safe, and but the Hardfoots just show you, like, man, everybody in this presentation of whatever the hell this is supposed to be, everybody is a jerk. Everybody is an idiot, and everybody, you just actively root for them to die. I hate saying that. Yeah, that's right. In the beginning, he had a red shirt. Yeah. You really hate everybody on this show. You hate everybody on this show. You hate everybody. You don't want to see them succeed, and you're like, what? After a while, you question everybody's motivations. And I really do dislike everybody on this. Okay, so that's I'm gonna end the discussion there. We're about 25 minutes in. I think I'm gonna end the discussion there. Tonight is the end of House of the Dragons. House of the Dragons, singular or dragons, plural? Well, whatever it is, the Game of Thrones thing with Matt Smith. Okay. Tonight that ends. The finale. I've been enjoying that, even though I was never a huge Game of Thrones fan. Which shocked the hell out of me. Game of Thrones is actually surprising the hell out of me. The House of the Dragon thing. People speak like adults. They speak like adults. They have adult problems. But speaking of things that are being adult problems, though. Now, okay, I'm going to head over to what was paging Dr. Dr. Howard, Dr. Jody. Dr. Jody. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Dr. Jody yet, and we saw the regeneration. And it looks like they're doing a fake out. It does. It looks like they're going to do a fake out without spoiling it. Let's just say they put things into reverse. And you say to yourself, oh, wow, look, everything's going to get better. It was just all a dream. Everything was, they almost pull a Bobby Ewing. But that's not going to happen. That is true. Good riddance, the Dr. Scrunchface. Oh, God. Let's see some emotion, Jody. Just all scrunch face. Let's see some. All right, Jody. Let's see some emotion. Let's do curious. Let's do anger. Let's do surprise. Let's do shocked. Let's do happy. No, I want some emotion. All right, let's do sad. Okay, yeah. There you go. That's her entire range. That is her entire freaking range. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna. Russell T. Everybody thinks Russell T. Davies is gonna save the series. I don't think so. I think it's just too far gone. I really do think it's too far gone. I'm not the hugest Doctor Who fan, so I am not the one to ask. But at the same time, I know when something's too far gone, and I think this is it. Unless they could pull a rabbit out of their hat, I think we're seeing the latter days of Doctor Who. And listen, everything has to come to an end. All this stuff has to come to an end at some point. Doctor Who, Lord of the Rings, The Daily Show, Marvel, everything. Speaking of things coming to an end with Marvel, one more thing is I'll say about Doctor Who is, I will say that Paul McGann gets the short end of the stick when it comes to the Doctors, because all he had was that one television movie. But he is people tell me he's a great radio doctor. But if you're going to go backwards, hey man, just go back to Paul McGann. Really, Paul McGann is you like he's really a likable kind of doctor, And I think that if you're going to go backwards, just kind of fix that. Yeah. Let Doctor Who actually, yeah. You know what, Phone Box Chicken? Oh God, don't get me started on TikTok. Don't get me started on TikTok. Don't get me started on TikTok. Oh my God, I despise TikTok. I really do, and I have very good reasons for it. Let Doctor Who have another 15-year break. You know what? I'm a firm believer in certain franchises need to go away. Star Trek needs to go away for a while. Star Wars needs to go away for a while. Doctor Who needs to go away again for a while. Maybe even Marvel needs to go away. What? James Bond certainly needs to go away for a while. The longest break between Bond movies, I think, was like 5 or 6 years. And that wasn't because that was because they had some problems with the rights. Kevin McClory was suing for the rights. Imagine Popeye took over as Doctor Who. Popeye Iga. Yes, Popeye Iga will be in the TARDIS. Yes, that is right. Popeye. Oh, look, there's a handsome Pope. There's a handsome Pope. Popeye Iga would be a much better doctor. I'm telling you. Yes, he would. Mm-hmm. First thing he would do was have a Pope Yes chicken sandwich franchise inside the TARDIS. That is right. That is right. So, Pope Bob Iger chiming in. Yeah, Tree Rock Creations. I think Bad Robot does need to go away. A lot of these problems stem from the fact that Bad Robot took over creative control of a lot of franchises. Star Wars. What do all have in common? Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings. What do they have in common? J.J. Abrams. The Batman, J.J. Abrams. Matt Reeves is another J.J. Abrams disciple. Alex Klutzman's a J.J. Abrams disciple. Lord of the Rings, the only two writing credits those imbeciles had, J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, was working on Star Trek, that uncredited rewrite of Star Trek 3. Star Trek Beyond, rather. Oh, for God's sake, Black Superman, that film got canned. A lot of it comes back to J.J. Abrams. He has no freaking clue what he's doing. Well, no, he knows what he's doing. Mystery Buddy. J.J. Abrams is a cultural locust. He comes along, he takes over a property that's kind of in trouble, and he just gives it a quick injection of interest. It does well for a very short time, and then it just peters out. Donnie Pearson's looking forward to the sequel of Superman, Man of Steel. I'm not. I didn't like Man of Steel. Black Superman doesn't need to happen. Yeah. You're right. Star Trek Beyond was there. I always say, listen, tell me what Idris Elba's plan was in Star Trek Beyond. And usually people draw a blank. He wanted revenge on the Federation for something. I know that. He wanted revenge on the Federation. What was Khan's plan in Star Trek Into Darkness? He wanted revenge on the Federation for holding his people. What was Eric Bana Nero guy? What was his plan in 2009 J.J. Abrams Star Trek? He wanted revenge on Spock. Everything's a revenge plot. Revenge stories are probably the easiest stories to write because it makes something personal. It makes something easy to grasp. It makes something, it's a very basic thing. I've seen a few episodes, haven't watched them in any great depth. I will get around to watching more of them. I did like them. Well, you have to squint really hard, and maybe Vic looks like William Shatner. Man of Steel. Oh, Man of Steel. Well, J.J. Abrams was involved, but freaking Zod wanted revenge on Kal-El because he was the son of Jor-El. Revenge. Everything is revenge. Everything's revenge. But okay, so let me hang this up, and hopefully, we won't have anybody from Jughead Abrams involved with this. But this is a story that's kind of near and dear to my heart. So let me go to this. Well, the Marvel Universe has been taking it on the chin lately. But I don't think this is going to turn things around. But this is something that I had interest in for a while. And I have a connection to this. Report, Silver Surfer project in the works to release ahead of Fantastic Four. So a new report claims that Marvel's developing a Silver Surfer Disney Plus special presentation, which will be released before the upcoming Fantastic Four movie. Just call it a made-for-TV movie, please. Don't call it special. Call it a made-for-TV movie. I know you don't want to call it a made-for-TV movie because the sound of that cheapens what it is. So they have to call it a special presentation or whatever. Silver Surfer solo project is reportedly in the works at Marvel Studios, being planned before the release of Marvel Cinematic Universe's Fantastic Four. According to Cosmic Circus, Marvel is developing a Silver Surfer solo project in Disney Plus special presentation format. The project will feature Norrin Radd, aka the Silver Surfer, working for Galactus in the far corners of the cosmos. Radd will reportedly not be on Earth in the special presentation, nor will any previously established Marvel Cinematic Universe cosmic characters appear. However, Marvel is reportedly planning for the Silver Surfer project to be released ahead of Fantastic Four, suggesting Disney Plus, the Disney Plus special and film might be linked. In the comics, Radd was an astronomer from the planet Zenn-La. He saved his homeworld from the planet devourer Galactus by agreeing to serve the cosmic entities as the cosmic entity's herald. Galactus transformed Radd into the Silver Surfer and tasked him with seeking out new worlds to be devoured. As the Silver Surfer, Radd is powerful enough to destroy planets and solar systems and served as an antagonist in several Fantastic Four stories. Since the upcoming Fantastic Four movie is currently set to premiere in February 25th, 2025, audiences can expect the Silver Surfer Disney Plus special to release in either late 2024 or early 2025. Rumors have been circulating about the highly anticipated debut of the Fantastic Four in the MCU, which will be helmed by WandaVision director Matt Shakman. Boo! No casting information has yet to be released. Several actors have been reported to be in the running for the famous comic book family, which they will bollocks up. First Disney Plus presentation, Werewolf by Night, recently premiered on a streaming service, giving audiences a glimpse at what the format can offer in terms of content. Werewolf by Night co-executive producer Brian Gay claimed Disney Plus allows them to be very flexible with how they tell their stories, and it was decided an hour-long special presentation was the best way to introduce Jack Russell and Elsa Bloodstone into the MCU. Since the success of Werewolf by Night, Marvel is reportedly planning to stick with the special presentation format to other self-contained stories. Upcoming MCU projects, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special and Nova, will also be Disney Plus specials. Fantastic Four will hit theaters February 14th, 2025. Now, this tells me two things. It tells me it tells me one thing, really. But it tells me at some point you're going to have. Well, it tells me two things. At some point, Galactus is going to be a major player in the MCU. It also tells me that you don't believe enough in this for it to be a theatrical release. That's what I'm getting here. You don't believe enough in some of these things. You don't believe enough in this. There was a Nova movie, they said. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, I'm not too broken up over. Werewolf by Night was somewhere between okay and good, but be honest, the Michael Giacchino, who directed it as well as Michael Giacchino, yeah. They're going to non-binary the shit out of Silver Surfer, probably. Well, you have a naked dude riding around on a surfboard. I mean, they originally gave him trunks because they said, you know what, man. Well, just as long as Galactus, the whole Galactus will be ruined. It's the MCU. They can't help themselves. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. Because the problem I see here is that there's no really easy way to dance around this. And the Fox series, the Fox Fantastic Four animated series, actually that was actually pretty cutting edge. I mean, it was pretty adult oriented. I mean, part of it was traditional. It was the traditional Silver Surfer story. But initially he said, I will lead Galactus to worlds that whose cores burst with energy, but have no intelligent life. And Galactus wiped away his memory. And he destroyed inhabited worlds. Yeah, he's got no genitals. Yeah. You're probably right. Advent. But I don't see Disney going all out with this. They will do something in regards to scaling this back, because I don't think they're going to be cool with planets being destroyed and a character enabling that kind of Armageddon like catastrophes on any world. I mean, wiping out entire races of people. That's what happened. That is exactly what happened. The Silver Surfer would go to a planet and signal Galactus, and he would devour the world, regardless if they had means to evacuate or not. Entire races of people were wiped out. I don't see Disney doing that. And that is in order to do the Silver Surfer right, that is what you have to do. You have to show him being part and parcel to wiping out entire planets and wiping out entire races of people and civilizations. You know, I actually wrote a few pages of a Silver Surfer script. And can Galactus be killed or stopped? No. But Galactus can be swayed. That's the thing. You know, there are a few people that Reed Richards swayed Galactus. You know, Norrin Radd swayed Galactus. But he felt he had to wipe out his memory in order for him to do the job effectively. You know, Galactus is not good or evil. He just merely is. But like I said, I wrote like the intro to a Silver Surfer movie script. Disney, if you're out there, yeah, I work for scale. it opens with, obviously it opens with a shot of space. It opens with a shot of deep space. And one of the things I said was, listen, if I ever there's no chance of this happening, but if I were ever in a position to make a Silver Surfer movie, and someone said, why do you want to make a Silver Surfer movie? That would be hard. That's why I want to do it, because it would be very difficult. It'd be the hardest thing I could ever imagine to make a good Silver Surfer movie. And what I would do is I would open it up and you would hear a voice, a disembodied voice. That would be the Watcher. And space would be lots of comets, lots of nebula, lots of galaxies off in the distance. And I would have one mandate: do not show space as being black, because that connotates that space is lifeless. No, what I want to show is that there's the universe is teeming with life. And so you show a shot of space, and you hear that voice, behold the universe. Infinitely, wondrously simple, yet infinitely complex. It is I have been tasked to record all events. Forever, always to watch, but never to interfere, for I am the Watcher. And it opens up with the Watcher. And, the Watcher would say, since time and, since the whole thing, since time immemorial, I have witnessed galaxies being born and dying. I have witnessed beings coming to existence and being erased. Now there is one being whose fate, and it showed this fate would, whose fate is yet to be determined. And you would show the surfer, the camera would zoom down to Earth, zoom into our solar system, zoom down to Earth, down to Manhattan. You would see the surfer on a rooftop with his hand on Alicia Masters. He's have his hand on Alicia Masters, healing her, and he would be in pain, and the camera would go into his eye, and you see the optic nerve and everything. Then it would go black, and then you would see the story of Norrin Rad. Then you would see the story of Norrin Rad. He'd be on Zen-La. He'd be in a garden. He would be doing his studies. Shalabal would be Norrin Rad. Why must you work all the time? Oh, well, Norrin, the great, as the master said, the pursuit of knowledge is all consuming. And it would go and show the Kree and the Skrull to the museum where the rocket was, and it would pick up from there. And then you would show up until that point, and there would be this great scene at the end where the surfer realizes he's become a tool of evil. And the tendrils be coming down, he'd be blasting him away with the power cosmic, and so this is a great moment. I serve you no more, and he'd be knocked out, and it would be this great scene, and it would set up more Silver Surfer movies, in that he would actually have to go and search for Zen-La. But that movie will never get made. Sadly, that movie probably will never get made. And there were probably I would work a Rom Space Knight reference into that, because Rom is just Silver Surfer. And the whole thing about they may have Sentry and Captain People stop Galactus in the MCU. Well, I'd like to see Sentry, just because I'd like to see them show DC how to make a Superman movie. I thought I read, I heard that rumor as well. I do not want to see Adam Driver in the MCU. Just hire Mads Mikkelsen again. Just hire Mads Mikkelsen. Nobody will care that he already played what's his name? What was his name in whatchamacallit? What was his name in the Doctor Strange movie? Yeah, well, I work a space. You can use, you can use space knights. You can use dire wraiths. You can use other space knights, but you can't use Rom. Hasbro owns the rights to Rom. I would like to be able to use something associated with Rom, but unfortunately, that's not. Who will Lena Dunham play in Marvel? She'll play. She'll play Blob, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, Sentry is basically Superman, and the thing is, I love Sentry's. I love Sentry's backstory in that he was supposedly a Golden Age hero, but everybody forgot who he was. Reed Richards, I'm Robert Reynolds. I'm the Sentry. Remember we had all these adventures together? I don't remember you. Captain America. Yeah, I'm Robert Reynolds, the Sentry. Don't you remember me? I don't remember you. Yeah, well, I've been canceled again. I will say, I will say this much. I admire her confidence. I admire her confidence. Not much else, but I do admire her confidence. All right, let's move on. What else did I have to talk about here? Yeah, it's about time to wrap. I want to go over week 7 NFL scores for your National Football League. So, week 7 NFL scores. We have the Saints at the Cardinals from Thursday night. Cardinals all over the Saints, 42-34. Browns losing to the Ravens. Panthers over the Buccaneers. Bengals over the Falcons. Cowboys over the Lions. Your New York Football Giants winning again over the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're 6-1, baby. The Packers losing to the Washington people collectively engaging in football-like activities. 23-21. The Titans losing. The Titans over the Colts, rather. The Texans trailing the Raiders in Las Vegas in the third quarter. 5:42 left to go in that. The Jets at the half over the Broncos. The Chiefs with 11 seconds to go in the second quarter over the 49ers. The Seahawks are up on the Chargers, 17-14, minute 46 to go in the half there. The Dolphins take on the Steelers today, later in the Sunday night game, and tomorrow the New England Patriots versus the Monsters of the Midway, the Chicago Bears. Tomorrow night, your Monday night matchup. Later today, the New York Yankees are going to be taking on the Houston Astros. That's right, I call them the Houston Astros. Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. If the Yankees don't win today, you've got to clean house. Okay, this is turning into sports talk. It's sports talk with Rob. Okay, if the Yankees don't win, you've got to fire everybody. You have got to fire everybody. Okay, but Hal Steinbrenner won't do that. You've got to fire Aaron Boone. You've got to fire Brian Cashman. You've got to fire the bench coaches. You got to fire the batting coach. You got to fire the pitching coach. You got to fire the front office people. You cannot. That's right, Morbid. You cannot lose to a team called the Astros if you're the New York Yankees. That's it. This whole thing. Oh well, they made the playoffs. That's no. They're the New York Yankees. They're not the San Diego Padres. They're not a small market team. You're New York. You're supposed to win. That's it. This is an organization that won 5 in a row back in the 40s. 50, 51, 52, 53, and 54. Or no, what it was? Whatever it was. 40 and 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, whatever it was. Whatever the hell it was. That was before I was born. They won four championships in my lifetime. They won two back. No, they won more than that. 78, 77. Then you had that great run in the mid-90s. You won one in 2009, I believe. 2009. And they've been quiet for a decade. You have to clean house. Aaron Boone is not a good manager. Forget all this analytics shit. Pardon my language. Analytics, sabermetrics. Apparently it doesn't work. But okay. Do we have any animal news? Let me see. We got animal news. We love animals. We love animals. They show all animals in distress. I don't like showing that. Oh boy! Oh, there was a freaking life imitates art. Life does imitate art sometimes. Yeah, well, Jacksonville's a terrible team, but you know what? It's a W. I'll take it. Snake on a plane. Unwanted reptile passenger sneaks onto United flight. Once alerted by passengers, crew members called appropriate authorities to take care of the situation. Passengers aboard United Airlines Flight 2038 were in for a slithering surprise when they found a snake on their plane Monday. Unlike in the 2006 cult film Snakes on a Plane starring Samuel L. Jackson, however, this lone garter snake was not venomous. Once passengers alerted them about the reptile, crew members on the flight, which was bound for New Jersey from Tampa, Florida, called the appropriate authorities to take care of the situation. United Airlines said in a statement. The airline did not clarify when the snake was discovered or how it got on the plane. After the plane landed in New York Liberty International Airport on Monday afternoon, Wildlife Operations and Port Authority Police Department removed the snake and released it into the wild, officials said. No injuries were reported, and there was no impact on airport operations, the authorities said. It isn't the first time passengers on a plane have been welcomed by a rogue reptile. In 2016, passengers on Aeromexico Flight 23 were joined by a snake hanging right above their seats. Ew. So we've had it with these mother effing snakes on this mother effing plane. So, okay. So that's it. I've got to call it early, everyone. It's 3:00. I've got to call it early. I've got a couple things to take care of. Everyone. We'll thank everybody for joining us. Phonebox Chicken, Mr. MH, Morbid Fury, Just Rebels, Senior Sticks, Thomas S, Donnie Pearson, Advent Wrath, Techie Mantis, the other guy, and that other guy there, and the other guy, and the other guy, and this guy there, and that guy, and the guy, Michael Bashirs, and Andrew Helm, and the other guy, everybody. Sanguine Links and that guy. Yeah, and that guy. Everybody. Shish Rebels. Yes, that guy there. We like to thank them. Everybody have a good day. Have a good day. I mean, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Let's check in with Agent Orange Cat just one more time. Agent Orange Cat. Oh, Agent Orange Cat. There he is. He's living his best life, isn't he? Agent Orange Cat, happy as a clam in his little Betty with his crinkle paper in the sunshine. Everybody, have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a good Sunday. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good Monday. Have a good evening, night, morning, wherever you are. No drinking, no driving. We want to see you back next week. And as always, we will catch you next time.